record on this computer. Okay, welcome everybody to Treehouse Community Meeting number 5. It's March 12th at 1 p.m. in Vancouver and 7 a.m. in Sydney on March 13th. So hope everybody's doing well. This is going to be an hour-long meeting today. I know we're all very busy. I know I have to jump onto a client is waiting for me. I said I got to get through this one-hour meeting here. So I think the biggest part of the meeting today is going to be about the Treepl migration tool. So we're going to block the meeting into 2 half-hour segments. So we're going to be just people talking, and then we'll have Alex and Vlad from Treepl talk for the remaining part. Treehouse, what is it all about? So we are a community of BC partners, longtime partners. We're also new Treepl partners that are coming in as well. And for us, it was really important to try to get as many BC partners involved because to date, this is the closest matching platform that I've seen, the closest matching with like the liquid to modules and just overall functionality. And so it's great having this big group of this big community, and the community's been fantastic for helping each other out as well. So you run into a problem with a code snippet, or you run into a problem with how to do something. The response times have been amazing from everyone. I'd say more specifically from Adam. He seems to be, I think Alex said earlier, he doesn't sleep. So thanks for responding to everybody's queries as fast as possible. Sorry, I got to keep admitting people as they come in here. So the Treehouse is also about partners joining the Treepl team, new to the industry, the community. And this is what made BC so strong, was this community aspect. So we just want to keep it going. The meeting, like all meetings, just, if you have something to say, please say it. This is not about me talking the entire time, or Adam or Peter or Catherine. It's about you guys. So we want to hear about your stories. And today I'm going to change it up a little bit. I have 3 questions. And I don't want any silence. I might start picking on people to answer questions here too. So you can't escape me. If you aren't talking and you just want to work in the background, that's fine too. Just, again, try to make sure you mute yourself. What else we got here? I'm just going through the housekeeping stuff. Oh, and we have Donna from our office. Excuse me. She's going to be taking care of the chat room. So for those that are new to Zoom, the little chat button is at the bottom of your window. Just click chat, and you can either send her a direct message, and it's just Donna at A3CS, or just send it to the group. And we'll talk about the questions at the end of the meeting. So today's topics, we're going to go through introductions. We're going to go through everybody, just introduce where you're from. So name your company, where you're from. That's it. We're going to talk, we have some audience questions. Adam's going to be talking about Treepl docs. URL redirects from Catherine, which may be a mute point, Catherine, if we're talking about the migration tool. We're happy to announce that we've almost about 90% there with respect to the the Treehouse website, community website. And then, of course, the big news is Alex from Treepl is talking about the migration tool here. So host introductions. My name is Aaron McDonald, run a digital agency just outside of Vancouver, BC. Adam?
Yep, I'm Adam Wilson from Logo Bogo, Central Coast, Australia, just an hour north of Sydney.
Peter Schmidt.
Hey guys, I'm Peter Schmidt from Genie Corp in Denmark.
And Catherine, if you're here.
Hi, I'm Catherine Anderson, and I'm from Sirocco Digital, and we're from Newcastle in Australia.
Cool, thank you. So let's just run through the list here. I have no particular order, but let's start. Somebody just intro yourself. Where are you from? What's your company name?
My name's Ryan Gibbon. I'm with a company called Studio RTP, and we're based in Raleigh, North Carolina.
Hey, I'll go next. I'm Barry Alt from AZ Enhanced Digital Solutions, Motorhead Digital, and Agency Tribe, the old BC Sandpile, and we're a full-service marketing agency.
Yeah, hi, this is Tim Lochmüller from Germany, close to Frankfurt. Decided to call my agency just Lochmüller Media.
I'm Laura, and my agency is Agtivation. We focus on agriculture, and I'm located in Dayton, Ohio.
I'll go next, I guess. I'm Rachel Ward. I'm in Salt Lake City, Utah, and my business is Groove Marketers.
Hi all, I'm Scott from Amplify Digital Marketing Corporation. We're in Regina, Canada. Just starting to warm up now.
Cool. Anybody else?
Hi, I'm Hope Stewart. I'm a freelancer in Melbourne, Australia.
Thanks for getting up so early. All right. So unless anybody else, okay. So I got 3 questions here, and if we hear silence, because we're going to make this work, right? This is all about community and just people. Sometimes it's like just going to a counseling session. I know we've all gone through the heartaches of Business Catalyst with the EOL, and we are coming up to the anniversary. So I have a box of tissues here if you need to like just get it all out. Let's talk about Treepl. So anybody want to share some stories about Treepl to date? I'm going to pick on you if you don't. Peter Schmidt, why don't you start us off here? I guess his mute button's not working. There we go.
Yeah, I thought I could just hit space. I did that like 2 minutes ago, so but it wasn't working. Well, I thought you were gonna pick me, Aaron, but I didn't prepare anything. I'm just gonna say, and that's of course because Alex is here, that I really love those guys. I think they did an amazing job. No, honestly, it's been like very cool for us migrating the first couple of sites. We've done a few now. Like I think we just hit 20 sites, 21 actually today, I think. So that's just been, we didn't have any problems. Everything's been great. Of course, there's been like smaller bugs, but nothing that the team couldn't handle. So overall, we're just pushing to get like all of our sites from BC. We still got a lot to move, but it's getting like faster, easier, and to see the migration tool today is going to be like very awesome, I think. So it's going to help a lot of partners. So yeah, I'm looking forward to that.
Cool. I see Hannon Wilson has his hand up.
Hey, can you see me?
No, I can see
okay.
Your name. But...
Sorry, I'm driving. So just was going to introduce myself. I'm Productive IT out of Montgomery, Alabama. Got about 50 plus BC sites, but I haven't migrated them yet. I'm waiting for the right solution.
Gotcha. Ryan, do you want to give us a shot of where you're at?
Yeah, I'm glad to. First of all, the support and the response time from Treepl has been amazing. I've got one site that's been completely migrated. I think I've lost count. I had so many estimated in the last 2 weeks. I think I've got 5 more that are on the queue right now. I've got 40 left on Adobe, so plenty more coming. All of my clients have, it's been I want to say easy sell and then, shoot myself in the foot, but it's really been the new features and the SEO enhancements and everything's been really good. Dima's worked with me on several of the clients that just launched at the, last summer, right after the EOL announcement. And, he's worked with me. He's even made recommendations to hold off on certain sites for the migration tool to get more enhanced so that maybe the cost can come down for those that just launched last year. Because that's been the tough part. Some of these sites have a lot of content. I know it takes a lot of time to migrate it all. So any little help that can bring that cost down is going to help me out with the client a bit. And, just nothing but positive things to say about the Treepl team. They get back to you right away. The support's excellent. I'm excited to see the migration tool.
Nice. I know for us, we're at, I think, 16 or 17 sites now, and we still have probably 30, 35 left to migrate. And the experience for us it's been great. I mean, it's been a roller coaster ride, certainly with respect to the learning curve of the platform. Not so much on the functionality of it, but how it can handle sites. And I know my stress level has been pretty high on certain sites, and other sites has been quite low. But the great thing about it has been the reaction time from Treeple. That's been a huge lifesaver. And I hope this, and Alex, I know you're listening because I can see your face here, but I hope this support continues as the platform gets bigger and bigger. I know we're still in that sort of newbie phase, where you're trying to make quick corrections and trying to get things fixed, because we have live sites. But I really hope that customer service that you've been delivering right now keeps going, because it's been quite good. So, all right. So question number 2, and some of you have already answered this. How many sites have you migrated over to Treeple, and how many do you plan on migrating in the next 3 months? So let me ask a few of you guys. Anybody want to? Rachel, do you want to talk about this one here?
Sure. I've kind of been waiting for more of the features to become live before really jumping in and migrating everything. We have 60 websites that we need to do something with. We've built just 2 new ones from scratch. I thought that might be a good way to learn it, is to just build a couple of brand new easy ones. So that's where we're at. And I need to quickly start coming up with a plan on, which ones to do first. And that's what I'm hoping to get from this meeting, is to know kind of a game plan to set in place to get these all moved over. Which ones to do first, which ones to wait, that kind of thing.
Yeah, I know there's a bit of a trend in speaking with Peter and Adam. They're kind of in the same boat. It's almost like you need those simple, basic brochure sites just to test out the platform, learn how it works, and then get into the complicated sites. That seems to be the biggest, the easiest way to do it, right? So. Right. All right, Barry, let's pick on you now. Well, it's not really picking on you. Sorry, he's in mid-chew here. Okay, I'm gonna jump over to Hope. Hope, how about you? Oh, I think you're muted, Hope. There you go.
I've got about 18 sites. I've migrated 2, plus I'm in the middle of migrating 2 more. Well, one's actually a total revamp. So it's actually been really helpful being able to develop the new site on Treeple while having the old site still live, because it's such a big site. It's been really nice to be able to have the new files totally separate from the old files. And I've put up, actually I transferred one very basic WordPress site over to Treeple as well. And I've got a few new sites that will go on.
Nice. All right, well, just in essence of time, is there anything impacting your ability to migrate websites over at the current moment? I know Rachel had mentioned something, but anything else? Is there anything in particular?
Lack of time.
Yeah, that's right. We still have to run our businesses and sell on top of all these migrations, right?
Yeah.
Alex B, did you want to say something? Say hi.
Hi. I don't know. Everybody sounds like they're talking about their sites. I missed the front part of the meeting here.
Oh, we're on question number 3. Is there anything impacting your ability to migrate sites over to Treeple at the moment?
Most of it's just getting my data out of BC, honestly, has been a challenge. There's some quirky things that are really hard to get out. Blogs have been a bit tricky. Media downloads are super awkward, especially with classifications. So just coming up with creative ways of like pulling the data out in different pieces and kind of mashing it together, and then getting it back into Treeple.
Yeah.
Other than that, on the Treeple side, things are going pretty well. There's some small things here and there that I've found challenging, but there's been lots of progress, and a lot of those small challenging things have already been taken care of. So that's been a real positive note, is to see my own backlog items kind of get in there and get processed, and and get some of those features and changes that I want in there too. So
yeah. Cool.
Yeah.
We got time for one last answer here. Anybody want to step up to the plate?
I can talk now.
Thanks, Barry.
Yeah, we haven't moved any yet, but we're going to be shortly here. We had a lot of work at the end of the year, so it was kind of like do the new work, let the platform mature a little more, and we're seeing it's getting where we want it to be. So we're starting to really focus on looking at what clients will fit, and start moving. But we still have to talk to the clients and sell them on that. So we're trying to sell them on upgrades as well.
Mm-hmm. Cool. Well, thanks for the participation, guys. This has been great. Adam, let's jump over to you real quick on the documentation.
Yep, sure. Okay, so can everyone hear me? Just share my screen. Okay, so you can see my screen there, the documentation. Yep, okay. Yeah, so like a lot of people, obviously the migration topic is coming up a lot, and a lot of the stuff we're seeing is just purely on the technical side, like the data, getting the site transferred. But for me, like a lot of the time and the effort is spent in the actual planning. Like a lot of you have been mentioning now, going to the client, selling the idea, actually just physically planning how you're going to do everything. So that's sort of all the what helped bring about all these BC migration guides that are now in the documentation. So if you haven't checked them, haven't had a look at these, check these out, because I think there's some valuable info in there for everyone, even if you're not planning on doing the migrations like all manually yourself or whatnot. But there's some little nuggets in there that I just wanted to point out. So firstly, the comparison chart, which has been around for a while, I think is a good way to just get a quick overview on how your site's going to match up to Treepl. But I wanted to focus on actually like the planning side of migration. So that's why I've got some topics here on how you actually start that conversation with the client. There's even some scripts there for the emails to write them. So hopefully wanted to flesh that out a bit more with other people's contributions there. But there's some good stuff to work from there. And just one thing that's like that I've developed in a spreadsheet, which has really helped me plan those sites, is this spreadsheet here. So as I said, even if you're not sort of doing the migrations yourself, you still need to plan and sell it to your clients. So I just wanted to point out this spreadsheet, which might help everyone. So basically, I just go along and fill out all the intricate bits and pieces of the BC site in the spreadsheet. And as you go along, it helps you determine what plan that it's going to suit with Treepl. So if you've got certain BC features, it'll sort of indicate that, well, this is the plan that you want to go onto for Treepl. And then even going further along, it helps you work out the costs. So your current BC costs that you're paying and what you're charging the client. Then you can go along and select your Treepl plan that you're planning to go into, and that will populate the costs. And again, we'll show you all the breakdown and the difference in profit from your BC to your Treepl site. So I think, like for me, that's the business side of things, which a lot of people aren't touching on. So I wanted to share that document that I use all the time. I think it's invaluable to how I'm planning. So hopefully people get some value out of that. And just to note, these prices are the US yearly prices. In the data tab here, you can change, like if you're in Australia or whatnot, you can convert that to what you'd be roughly paying. So yeah, I just wanted to quickly touch on some of those things, because I'm sure some people might not have sort of gone in there and had a look at that, but I think there's some useful things in there. Also, the migration options that are available to you. So, you can do it yourself or get Treepl. So you might want to outsource it to Treepl or other Treepl partners, do it yourself, or start a new site design. So there's information in there about that as well. Then, of course, there's the actual migration guide itself, which is a step-by-step. I've tried to cover as many modules and features of BC and how you would step through each of those if you were going to do it manually yourself. But also just to help there, I've got this little sort of a guide here on how hard it might be, like how the parity between BC and Treeple, the effort that it might take, the time it might take, how well it's documented currently. And then, of course, this little pending migration tool here, which hopefully we'll be able to start updating that to show whether that particular feature's present in the migration tool. And then there's a little done tick box, which you can just tick off as you're going through the site. I'm going to tie that into some cookies so that that stays persistent. And then just quickly, there's the migration to activation, which just is a sort of a bit of a checklist on going through those final steps when you've signed off with the client and you need to take the site live. There's those final checkpoints that you need to do to make sure the site's going to go well. And sorry, my site's loading really slowly here. And then the final one that I've just put in is the liquid comparisons, which just is like a set of common liquid tags and module tags that you probably are using in your BC sites, and just how to quickly replace them with a Treeple comparison. So we've got the BC module and the Treeple comparison. So just some really common ones that you're probably going to come across all the time in your sites. So yeah, I just wanted to point out that all those different aspects of the migration are there, which you might be able to get some nuggets from, even if you're not doing the whole process yourself. All right, I think that's me done on the docs.
That's pretty awesome, Adam. Good job on that.
Thank you.
That's a lot of time spent on that.
Yes, it was.
And I know Adam's always looking for help. So if you can help him, just message him through Slack or email him or whatever. Just a reminder, we do have a chat running. So anybody that showed up late to the meeting, we do have a chat running. We're hopefully going to answer the questions near the end. So please post your questions, and Donna from our team will get them logged into the Q&A session. Sorry, Adam, did you have something else to say?
Yeah, I just wanted to quickly mention about contributing in the forum. I've got a specific category there for specific things you can help with documentation if you're interested in that sort of thing. So check that out as well.
Cool. Thank you. Catherine, did you want to chat about the migration scripts for URL redirects, or what are you thinking?
I can. I can at least show the script and then pop it in the chat so that if anyone wants to use it, they certainly can.
Okay.
I guess it's one of those issues that we've been struggling with a little bit. So how about I just share my screen, and then that way we can go through it just really quickly. Okay, I'm just going to share my screen quickly to give you an idea of this great little script that we've found. We struggle a lot because we do so much SEO work for customers, and for some of them, they have got hundreds and thousands of URL redirects that are set up. And of course, trying to get them out of BC has been a real challenge. Now, trying to get them back into Treeple at the other end is presenting its own issues, because at the moment we're still one at a time. But this is the beginning point that at least that we've solved, and we thought it was worth sharing. There's a little piece of module data that actually spits out 500 URL redirects at a time. It's just a small piece of code with a little bit of JSON script. And if you've got more than 500, you can replicate that and change the name of the collection to say My Data 1 and put a new piece of JSON code, and it'll run the next 500 afterwards. So for this particular site we've got, there's about 1,300 URL redirects. So we could replicate that 3 times, and that would actually spit out a whole list for us of all the URL redirects, which we can then download, strip, feed into an Excel document so that we've got it all set up ready to go. The only issue we have found that's been a little bit of bugger, is that it actually also spits out every single page on the site. So all pages, it actually also pushes to this script. The one thing though it does do is in the redirect section, it's just in inverted commas with no redirect URL. So when it gets to the end, if we do a sort just by what the redirect URL is in Excel, we're very, very quickly able to see the ones that are blank, and we just delete those. So at least we've got it all in an Excel document. So that's certainly part of that sort of site preparation in the migration move. One of the things I guess we're kind of holding on for is a bulk upload from the Treeple side, and I know that Alex's team are working on this being automated. But for the time being, at least it's a really good workaround and a good way to get a copy of these out of BC. So I thought it was worth sharing just because it's one of those things that has kind of bugged us for a little while. And I'll pop this code just into the chat if that helps.
That's great. Thanks, Catherine. All right, just a couple more minutes and we will get going with the with Alex's part. I just want to quickly show you guys the new Treehouse website. So this is going to be, if you need access to the next meeting link, if you want to look at past recordings, and let me just share. It's probably easier to share here. 1 sec. Okay. Thumbs up if you can see my screen. Thank you. Okay, so new Treehouse site. Donna's going to post the address in the chat. So this is a work in progress, so don't judge me. It's still, I got to fix the mobile part of it, but it's all coming together slowly. But we're starting to get the info in here. So homepage, we have a countdown clock to the next meeting, so this is officially the next meeting time. We're going to be actually sharing some snippets of code on here, things that I've used quite frequently, what Peter's used, and whoever else has been using. They'll be in this section here. Including like the countdown timer and font awesome integration with your preprocessor, all that kind of stuff. So fun little site, it's got our pictures in here. Yay. If you want to suggest a topic for the next meeting, you can click in here and suggest a topic. If you want to host a meeting, you can email us. But on the meeting tab, it's got all our past meetings here. Nice little YouTube. I'll actually embed this YouTube player in it as well because it's a fun little player to play around with. We'll have a tutorials and snippet section. So tutorials, my thought behind tutorials was to actually go through each of the sections. I know Adam's gone through it from the release notes, but even just from a simplicity point of view, just kind of going, okay, what does sitemap actually do? And just do like a quick little intro on how it all works. So we're gonna put all this in here. We'll even, if people want access to the site, we'll have to vet you first, but we can kind of give you access to see if you want to take a look at some of how it was all done. Snippets, again, we'll put something in there about doing a dynamic live search, how to use font awesome icons for media downloads or documents, a whole bunch of different things. So this is a work in progress. I'm hoping to update this part early next week, so keep checking back soon. Marketplace will eventually be an area where we will be selling subscription-based memberships. We're still trying to figure out the logistics of it, but it will be somewhere like sort of a combo between BC Gurus and BC Academy for those that remember that. So that's eventually coming. I would probably say May, June, but we still need to coordinate stuff with the Treeple team as well. So that is the Treehouse website, and hopefully Donna has thrown it into the chat. Big thanks to, I'm pretty sure John Schmidt was the one that gave me the logo. It was either Peter or John. Pretty sure it was John. So thanks for the logo. Just trying to create some new identities, branding, and all that for Treehouse. So thanks to everybody that's helped with this. So, all right, where are we at here? I feel like we need to have some sort of drum roll here. Alex, it's you.
Okay. Hi, everybody. Can you hear me? Good. Let me try to share my screen. I don't know if it's appropriate, but we're starting to celebrate BC EOL announcement anniversary, 2 weeks prior to the actual anniversary, at least here at Treepl. We hope that the things that we're going to show today will also, you will join us in celebrating. So, okay. Can you see my screen? Okay. Remove this bar. And find the chat window that I always lose. Where is? Okay, I need to find a chat window because I always lose it. Okay, I just found it. My notes. Okay, so first of all, I'd like to tell you to share, I'd like to start and remind you that we as a team, me as a leader and owner of Treepl CMS and a visionary and founder of Treepl CMS and co-production, we are following our original plan that we have presented a year ago. So, and we have promised, our plan was designed around our promise to our clients that we would deliver an ultimate alternative to Adobe Business Catalyst. Now, let me remind you that 1 year ago, we didn't know most of you guys. It's interesting that when we were planning Treeple CMS and we were designing it and thinking it through, we didn't know Adam, Alex, Aaron, Peter, Catherine. We didn't know anybody who now is a driving force of our community and our product as well. So we had our clients, we used co-production service for all of their development for their Business Catalyst websites. And we had those relationships for years. Those clients became our early adopters. They didn't become active in the community. They didn't become active in the community, no matter how I tried. But our original plan was we have promised to them that we're going to build an ultimate alternative to Adobe Business Catalyst. And our original plan was we're going to at least host those websites, migrate and host those websites. And that number was pretty impressive and enough for us to start with the building the system. You know that we tried different directions in the beginning, but in order to build an ultimate alternative to Adobe, in order to offer ultimate alternative to Adobe Business Catalyst, we decided to build our own. So this is a screenshot from the recording on March 27, almost a year ago. So 1 day after the EOL announcement, and I was presenting in my this is one of the slides in my presentation. So I was presenting that these are the challenges that the BC partners were having because of the BCOL announcement, and the number one was finding an alternative to BC, migrating of existing sites and thousands and tens of thousands of existing BC sites, and third would be creating new businesses, new leads, and new websites. These were the main three challenges. So we were working on the first two with delivering the features, delivering the CMS, building it from scratch to you guys, to our community during the last year. And for migration of existing sites, it was always a work in progress, and that was the thing that we didn't report much about. So back to those two, the finding an alternative and creating new sites, we have our results is that we have a proven alternative to Adobe Business Catalyst. We have, for end clients, moving from BC to Treepl is an obvious upgrade, and we meticulously watch and observe every live website that goes on Treepl, and we constantly ask you for feedback, guys, and we're overwhelmed and we're extremely happy with the feedback that you guys give us. how the adaptation goes for your end clients and for you as well. So for the end clients, they love it, and for them, it's an upgrade. That was our very first goal. That was our goal from the very beginning, that moving from BC to our system, to Treeple CMS, would feel like an upgrade. Like we say it on our website, it feels like you arrived to your house, to your own home that's been remodeled. So for Treeple users, Treeple partners, and Treeple associates and Treeple users, former BC partners, it's even more than an obvious upgrade, like those little things that we're adding in the admin, like command save, control save in the last update. That's one of my favorites. I use that. So working with Treeple feels like working with BC built from scratch in 2018 and 2019. We constantly hear this feedback without any exaggeration. Thanks for providing the feedback, by the way. That's just really important, especially those things that make you feel better. Those are very important. And number 3, Treeple CMS is a platform to go for building new sites. This is extremely fun, and we're excited to watch, and we're excited to see that happening. So you guys are using our templates, our free responsive templates, to build new sites, and you are building sites from scratch. So it's amazing that we came to this point where you not only migrating, but you're building new sites as well. So another thing that we discussed during that meeting almost a year ago, was the migration challenges. And the thing that I said, that for us to handle those challenges, because of the time, cost, and quantity of sites, we need automated tools. We need automation. So, and the adaptation was another migration challenge, but we have tackled that. I mentioned about it before. But for automation, it was a thing that was kind of still blurry, and we didn't do much work on it because we were very much focused on the CMS part. So we finally can start talking about it, and not only talk about it, but actually show you something. So providing unautomated, one thing I'd like to point out, and that providing an automated migration experience was our strategy starting day one. We didn't refuse from that. It was there in our original plan, so we stick to that. Let's start with the master plan and version 4 delivery. So if you go to our master plan, well, first of all, I'd like to say that we're gonna deliver version 4 in March 20th instead of 26th. So 6 days prior to the EOL announcement and the date that we announced. And also for the version 5, I'm not going to talk about version 5. We're going to talk about that in the next Treehouse, hopefully, or I'll just do another video or email blast, the strategy that we have for version 5. That you will now notice these GDPR features. So this is something that we're going to start we're going to present it after version 4, our roadmap for GDPR, and the very first GDPR feature will arrive in the very first version, in the very first sprint in April. Actually, it's going to happen before the Treehouse meeting. So if it's Treehouse meeting is in April 25. So let me drop the first bomb. Currently, this is the FTP access that you guys have: page items and page folders and menus. And starting March 26th, this is what you're going to get through FTP.
Hey, sorry, Alex, can you share your screen?
Yeah, can't you see that? Can you see that? Can you see that, Adam? Okay.
Yeah, I can see it, Alex.
So please take a look at that, because it's like I can just stop here and just finish the presentation, because this is going to automate a whole bunch of stuff. So we're adding list and detail layouts to the pages. We're adding menus that were there. Sorry, it's not content templates, the templates, snippets, content holders, forums. You have FTP access to web forms. You didn't have that in VC. So blogs and blog posts, list and detail layouts, events and event groups, list and detail layouts, banners, list, everything list and detail layouts, galleries and sliders, authors, FAQs, custom modules, all custom module list and detail layouts, workflow emails, system emails, email templates, and system pages. If you had a migration, if you were trying to migrate a site from Treepl to BC, from BC to Treepl, oh my gosh, how could I say that? You probably understand how much automation only this thing is going to bring to you. So I have seen this. In fact, I went to a developer and just told him, show me how it works. And I've seen that. He showed me it's there. It's in the testing already. So it's going to arrive on March 20th. This is the first time I saw the reaction in the faces when I'm presenting something during the presentation. Thanks for that. The next thing is the Business Catalyst to Treepl auto migration app. So this is why we are, some of us here. You have 3 questions. When will it be available and how do I get it? The second question, what can it do? Third question, how much does it cost? So question number 1, when will it be available and how do I get it? The answer is this week from the BC App Store. The reason we can't tell you the date because we don't know, we still didn't get an answer for them. I went into the BC App Store yesterday to submit the app and I didn't find a functionality how to do that in my profile. I emailed them in the morning, still didn't get back the answer. Hopefully they will get back to me soon, and as soon as they get back to us, we're just gonna post there and announce it. So hopefully they'll be there at least, and there's somebody's there and they can help us with that. So the question number 2, what can it do? The third question is the most important. So what can it do? So this is what it's designed to do eventually. So this is what we planned in the very beginning before we started the development, which took some great amount of resources and time. So you can look at the one thing I can say that the web apps include, the migration will include, for web apps, it will include layout, the items, the settings, meaning the data source and the fields, all that kind of stuff. So we have designed this, we have thought it through, it's possible, and it's going to be there. So the question, what can it do now when you guys are going to get it? So this week, it will do the default photo gallery for you. It will turn it into responsive gallery on Treepl. So we have, as you know, we have default responsive gallery layout on Treepl. So that tool will automatically migrate both of the files and turn the old outdated layout into responsive fancy box layout on Treepl with a click of a button. And URL redirects special for Catherine Anderson. Next week, we're aiming at another special for Catherine Anderson. We're gonna do the media. We're aiming at doing media downloads, so that those would turn automatically into media downloads custom module. And then we're gonna update it. We're gonna do the same approach we did with the system. I'm aiming at doing weekly updates, and we don't need to do as much of testing as we need with the system. So we may just deliver items in beta, for example, for some, and then polish it after feedback and stuff. But we want to give it, you know, on a constant basis, on a regular basis. We are interested in that. So the biggest question is, how much does it cost? Well, and we had a lot of conversations about that. We had a lot of discussions in our team, and we were meticulously observing your migration experience and how you guys handle that and how your end clients react to that. And there has been some positive and some negative experience. Some, you know, there are some clients, they're just there and they're like, oh, wow, Treepl, I get a nice editor, of course. just migrate me. Just if you have more features for web apps and you don't have those limitations, and you solve all these problems and give me all these new features, just tell me the cost and migrate me as soon as possible. There are some clients like that, especially if their website is like 2-year-old or 3-year-old, and the SEO improvements and all that kind of stuff. So it's but there's still some clients that it's really hard to sell for them, especially if the website has been launched in 2018 or very close to the EOL announcement date. So, and plus we understand that there are some nonprofit organizations that don't have, budget, and some companies that plan their budget ahead of time. So we know it's a challenge for you guys. So we try to stick to our values. We don't try, we just stick to them, of being a community-oriented product, and also keeping our progress and our development transparent at maximum degree. So we understand your part. So this is what your side. So this is what we realized from your side, from your migration experience. So on our side, we have our own challenges with this app. Well, the first thing is and the only thing, it's extra expenses. And it's just to let you know, this is a completely different piece of software that is stored on our server, and it's a really big piece of software. So we would rather develop features for Treepl instead of doing this migration tool. And it does require a lot of development costs. That's the biggest cost that we have. Infrastructure costs, we are getting our AWS servers. The CPU will be used much more while the migrations, and the data, since we're going to offer the files system, total file system migration, and I think it's coming like super soon. It may be even there, but Vlad can just jump in and stop me if I'm wrong, or in chat at least. So we have the development costs, and we have administration maintenance cost, and the management costs of the app. So we were trying to meet the both worlds, and we realized that, well, first of all, we're very thankful for our community, and that you guys been really trusting us a lot, and we must admit that we wouldn't have been here without you. And I mean people that joined us, not only the early adopters, but people that joined us back in August and July, and with so much contribution and so much feedback and so much response, we decided it would be fair to make it, at least try to make it 100% free, with an option to donate on your own discretion. So basically, we guys trust you on, the value that you get with it, and whether you sold the migration or not. We trust that you realize that we have expenses, and that we are interested in delivering the migration tool, updating that and adding features to that every week. So whether you did a sale or not, you just decide on your own what value did the migration tool bring to you, and you just donate it. It's going to be like after every transaction, it's going to be like a pop-up, and you're going to be able to do that. We're going to do like a 1-month experiment. We'll see how it goes, and if we just don't meet our, if we don't meet our expenses, and we might change the model. So we think this is for the culture that we have in the community, between us, the product owners, and the developers, and you, the community, the product users. This was the best perfect scenario, and I would like to practice this whole relationship and even more, and see where it's going to bring us to. So let me see if there's anything happening in chat.
Alex, I have a quick question for you.
Sure.
You're saying that the first option is going to be migrating photo galleries over. I know for us, there's a huge challenge with photo galleries right now, especially with those sites that have like a lot of gallery items that we're using the galleries module for, that there's no way to disable from site search from the module. So is that going to be fixed when this goes live? I have 3 sites out there. I can't use this search functionality because I got like 2,000 gallery items that I don't want to have to go one by one and click disable from site search. So I know it doesn't mean anything to do with this, but maybe it does. Maybe is that an option that you guys are going to be disabling from site search for photo galleries?
Vlad, can you answer this, please? Because Vlad is more aware of this.
I think we can add this to the migration.
So like an option to the migration tool, that's what you say?
So because it will automatically create each item, why not it can just put the mark to disable from site search? Okay.
Yeah, it'd be good. I mean, even just to further that, I mean, I don't know about the rest of you guys, but it almost seems like photo gallery or galleries in general just need to automatically be disabled from site search. That option shouldn't even be there. It just sort of makes sense. And if somebody does need to have them enabled, then just go in and there's probably less manual enable than there are need for disabling. So.
Okay, noted.
Okay, thanks. Thanks for pointing that out. Are there any questions at this point?
Alex, this is super exciting, by the way.
Yeah, I can see that somebody wet himself. That's a good sign.
I think he's wet himself a few times, so he might need to depart from his room here. So
okay,
so you're sorry, just for those that came in late, this should be available on the BC App Store this week or early next week.
As soon as Mike Salander, I actually contacted him because as soon as he gets back to me, and they set it up on the BC App Store, we're just gonna upload it and send it, do an email blast. I don't know. It's gonna be free, so I think it should be easy for them to install. Okay, Adobe has started a recommended migration partners program. Have you heard about this? Could this help Treepl bring in new partners? Thanks for asking this, Jack. We have discussed this internally with Treepl partners in Slack. We actually knew about the program before it was announced, and we were working together with the community on making sure we're going to get into the program. So we have a list of things, a list of requirements. We are discussing this starting like for several months now, and we're doing a lot of work in order to get in there. We're not allowed to share any details, and there's nothing you or will be, there's nothing you can do to find out. Well, everything will be known on March 26th, I think. That's the idea that I got. So, yeah, I think so. I'm not 100% sure, but I hope they, this is how they're going to do this.
Alex, there's another question from the chat relating to the migration. So is there anything that the migration tool cannot do? They seem to be a bit confused on the delivery timeline. If the tool can migrate everything seamlessly with the click of a button, this is a very valuable tool, and I'll certainly be donating. So I guess, I mean, other than what's
yeah, that's Brian. Well, the thing is, everybody's like, we're still offering the migration from code production. So, and we're basically going both ways. So we understand that a lot of Treepl partners do migrations, and it seems like it's like at least half of the time that you guys spend on migrations. So we just go both ways. We want to expand the tool, and you can start with a tool and migrate what you can. Well, you're not going to start with a tool. You're going to start with FTP. That's where you're going to start. and you might use the migration tool for some stuff, and you can go with the rest to code production. You can do it that way. You can go to code production right away, and we will quote it, give you a quote, considering that we're going to do the FTP migration, migration, let's call it migration, and auto migration, and just quote you the manual work and all that stuff. So if you have, Ryan, if you have any sites that are under estimation, you should you may double check with in code production with Dima if there's any changes in prices and so on. We're kind of moving too fast, I'll be honest, and we have several directions. So things from code production and Treeple CMS, although we're sitting in the same room, in the same office, sometimes we're just running too fast. And so you may just need to check up. Okay, good. Okay, any other questions? Oh, what it cannot do. I think this is the best. Well, first of all, let's, I don't know, give a round of applause to Vlad. We call him Vlad Almighty. He's leading this project, and he's been designing, and he's been a lead architect for both Treeple CMS and the migration tool. So when we were designing and planning Treeple CMS in the very beginning, he was the one who came up with the idea that we should build a system that is, from the day one, we should be building a system that is migration friendly. So he always kept that in mind, that there will be an automated migration tool that he can later on develop with the team, that it can be that it can receive sites from other systems. So Vlad, would you like to answer that question? What the app will not be able to do eventually? What any restrictions that we may encounter with in the future?
Yeah, okay. So the full migration can be split in two major parts. First is the transferring data, and the second one is the conversion of the data. So transferring of the data is the feature that will be covered by 100%, because it's just the bunch of the tasks. But the conversion issue is it may be sometimes it may be challenging because of custom implementation with the help of Liquid, and that sites can be migrated not 100, converted not 100%, but we are aiming to like 58 or 19% of fully automated conversion. So that's the main issue, I think.
Vlad, I just had a quick question, and this is super annoying for me when I'm migrating sites, and I had actually the same thing happen on BC too, but if you're using FTP to migrate web pages over, it migrates all the content, everything's good, but it never migrates the page name. The page name always turns into the page URL, and in Treeple you actually have to put .html on some of the files as well. So if they come in as .htm files, they don't appear, but they come in as, you just have to rename them as .html files in the file manager. So is the new migration tool going to carry over the proper page name, and including the SEO as well?
Yeah, it should. At least it will aim for that.
Good.
Also, we're probably going to take the same approach, and we're going to have like a set. Oh, we're definitely going to ask your help in Slack, Treeple Partners. Get ready for that. And how we're going to name the app. So I have at least 5 or 7 options, and you'll be able to suggest your own. And we also going to decide what we should work on next. So what's the most, this is photo galleries and URL directs and media downloads. These are the things that we realized are most important right now, based from your feedback. So the same approach we have with public backlog. We're just gonna look how you guys use it, get your feedback. Maybe we're gonna listen more to those guys who contribute more. Maybe and then decide how what next feature we're gonna do next. Okay, if you guys ready, we can continue. I have some other stuff. We're not done yet. It's 1 hour, but we're not done. We have some other great stuff for you. Vlad is the legend. Yes, Vlad is the legend. So let me go back to our original plan and back to the celebration, and let's summarize what we have achieved in 1 year, which is very important for us internally, and would like to just give you some summary. So 1 year after BCEOL announcement, we have, as a team, as a company, delivered a CMS that is powerful. Currently, it fits 80% of BC sites of an average BC partner, I mean functionality-wise. And I'm super excited. During those meetings that we have, the personal meetings that I did with, I think, 35 of you, there are several partners that have 50 or something sites, and 100% of their BC sites fit Treepl already, so they just need the more migration tools in order for them to start migrating them more. So next thing, we have a CMS that is familiar. Adaptation experience, we have an adaptation experience both for the end client and for the BC partner at the level that no other system can offer at the moment. We have researched every other platform, every other alternative, every platform that positions themselves as an alternative to BC. So we also delivered the CMS that is proven. It's available since August 2018. That's when we went out of beta, and it's hard tested by tens of former BC partners. And I'd like to thank you guys for that, for taking a plunge, as I think Ryan said in the very beginning when he signed up. I remember that we should probably call our CMS Plunge CMS or something like this. So also we have a CMS that is affordable. So again, comparing everything that's there on the market, we have a free access and crazy low hosting prices. Like we did the research on the prices as well. We have crazy low hosting prices, considering the features, the value that you guys get now with the migration and the FTP, the migration tool. And we have a developing CMS. We have updates every 3 weeks, and we have significant upgrades to that department. And Vlad has done this new feature where we're going to have feature flags. It's in design right now. We're going to talk more about this in version 5. We would do a lot of beta features and expanding our functionality, adding new functionality, and leaving out this whole BC replacement project that we were doing for a year, and going further into the bigger market and targeting bigger systems and bigger players. That should be way more fun than building a BC replacement. So we can't wait for that. There's so many ideas and so many things. We just can't wait for that to happen, and we're gonna finally start doing that with version 5. Okay, I said enough about that. I promise I'm not going to talk about version 5 during this meeting. So we also have delivered migration. So it's automated, and Treeple CMS offers the only CMS to CMS migration solution available on the market. So it's not just an import or export. It's automated migration. I'm not going to show you anything today. There's no point. I don't think you need another video or another impression of something working on somebody's computer or somebody's server. We're just going to hand it to you as soon as we set it up in BC App Store, and you're going to test it. Another thing is we have migration that is free. It's available for app installed from BC App Store. We also have an ultimate migration guide, and that's huge thanks and to Adam Wilson for that and for doing this amazing work, and BC team has been impressed with that. and it's available in official documentation. We have seen this. Thank you again, Adam Wilson. I think like I'm thanking Adam every day. Like I wake up and I type in, thank you, Adam. Because he never sleeps, so he always reads it. And next we have full FTP access. And you've seen the list. And I don't think there's any other platform out there that offers that. Because we give you more FTP access than BC did when we talk about the web forms, for example. And we offer paid assistance through code production. So if you're a one-man shop and you do migrations with FTP and the migration tool, and you need assistance from high-class front-end developers, code production team is there. Developers that have eight-year experience working with BC, JavaScript, and all that. So there's no other system that offers that, and it's the smoothest migration experience you guys can get. Okay. Yeah, we have 2 legends, and I'm not in that list. That's kind of so I'm sorry, I distracted. So again, 1 year after BCL announcement, we have delivered. We didn't have it delivered. We have been blessed with an awesome community, and I think this is one of the best achievements that we got in this during this year. Because when we were planning Treeple CMS, this is one thing that was not in our plans. We never thought and never dreamed of somebody pop out and help us with documentation, with public backlog, with Treehouse community meetings, with all this stuff that you guys do. We didn't think that we would have any sort of community. We didn't dream of it. We understood that Adobe, they can have a community because they're Adobe. So that was out of our plan. I'd like to thank you all. And I'd like to point out that we have a community of successful agency, successful partners. So Treeple, we are extremely happy to see that Treeple CMS is a choice of successful and established web agencies. We're excited to have helping communities, so official forum with active users, Treeple partners and Treeple staff, and open Facebook group now. It's public. We have a contributing community, documentation, public backlog management. Forum is run by Treeple partners. In fact, just to let you know, Alex Bell was the person who triggered Treeple Forum to be delivered when it was delivered. He just approached, I think, me personally or somebody, and he said, we just need it. We need it soon, and here are the points. And I'm like, okay, we need it. And we gathered, I gave some resources for that, and we just made it running within a week. So thanks, Alex, for that. It's been a pleasure. And it started working. It's been, since the day one, it's working, it's helping, and does the job. And we have a live community with regular Treehouse meetings. So we never thought we would have a BC SendPal replacement, BC SendPal experience with their own website, and within a year. So I'd like to thank you all for that. I'd like to thank our team as well. So back to our beginning. So 1 year after BCUL announcement, we have delivered and continue delivering an ultimate alternative to Adobe Business Catalyst. And there's way more to that. We have very few features and very few things to deliver. And there's extremely awesome future waiting us already, and lots of awesome stuff that we want to add. We will be adding even this year. So I'd like to thank you all for this amazing progress, for believing in us and taking the plunge. So, but there's one more thing. Before that, let me read the comments. I officially now a legend as well. Good, I have joined Vlad and Adam. Supreme Legend, thank you for that. Alex B is legend. Okay, it wasn't Alex, it was me, it was Alex Bell. Okay, gotcha, so I mixed it up. Okay, I can move forward. So, introducing Cleaning, new Bootstrap template available from your partner portal for free starting March 20th. Let me show you that, and I'll just give you a link, and you can click that through. That's a special one. We had specials for Catherine. That's a special one for Barry. I think Barry likes Bootstrap. I think so. I hope it's not Foundation. I mixed it up.
I'm the foundation guy.
So scratch that. we need to find a Bootstrap fan really quickly so we could transition. Okay, good. So Catherine is getting another special, and this one is for her. It's great. It's wonderful. It's beautiful. Check that out. Our team has put a lot of work into this one, and I hope that you notice that we're having a lot of changes in we have a little different strategy for our templates, and there's a lot of exciting stuff coming for templates. Just a sneak peek. Remember we had that custom templates project where you could customize things and do that demo sites? So that is still on, and it's still on our roadmap internally. So you may see something happening in that department. So check this one out. And yes, and I'd like to remind you that we have this special, the bundle that you can purchase the PSD pack for all the templates. We have 8 now, 8 templates, and both just the PSDs, 226 PSD total. Regular cost is $799.92 if you purchase it separately, or you can get it for $399, or you can get a bundle with the HTML and unminified CSS. And it ends on March 26th. And we're also going to throw a new cleaning templates assets included as well if you get the bundle without any extra cost. So also I'll note that if you guys purchase this bundle, this speeds up the development of new templates, because this is how we manage our funds. Thank you all, and if there are any questions, please let me know if I missed anything.
Thanks, Alex. This is a hand clapping here. Hopefully everybody's clapping. Everybody's muted, but they'll take my claps. Nice work on that. Just a quick, while we're on that note with respect to people helping out, we are looking on the Treehouse community side of things. We are looking for more people to join our team. Call them board members, call them whatever you want. But we are looking for people to help with, writing code, doing some design work, anything, sweeping, whatever you need to do. If anybody's interested, please visit the Treehouse website, use the contact form, and let us know. Like I said, we're looking for as many people as possible, and to be quite honest, we're looking for people to populate the snippets page. So if you have some really good stuff to show and just lend out to everybody out there, that'd be awesome. So thank you very much for anybody that's interested. And I'm just going to.
No, sorry.
Yep. Sorry, Alex. Why don't you start? Just because it looks like there's a template question.
Okay, I have one more note that I missed.
Go ahead.
So we, regarding the contribution and helping out, we need help with marketing and promoting Treeple. To be honest, we don't have time for that, and we have very little resources. It's basically me doing the work, and because we're focused on just building things, on solving problems. That's what we're best at, and communication with the community. That's what we're fully focused on. So it appeared that majority of VC partners don't know, like a vast majority of VC partners don't know about Treeple. They never heard of it. They never seen it. They never had a chance to try it. And it's been a year. If you guys have any ideas like how and can do anything to promote Treeple, to promote the system, at least give a chance to those who don't know. We'll be happy to accept any kind of help, Facebook, whatever. We're just, it really takes, it's really a challenge for us. It's probably one of the biggest challenges that we have, because we understand not having the marketing, we just miss a whole bunch of opportunities. So yeah, that was the point.
Okay, guys, I got to finish up this meeting in like next 3 minutes. So we're just going to try to roll through these last questions here. Adam Wilson, there's a question for you regarding documentation, and it was from Hannon. Can you talk a little bit more about the support documentation the client will see? How does it differ from the partner documentation? Also, will tier 1 support to end user be an option or to partner only? So I guess there's sort of 3 questions lumped into one. Because right now, currently when you are on your admin, the partner actually the client admin, and you click the gear on the top right, it opens up the partner documentation, which is a little bit strange. So it'd be nice to. I'm not sure if you had that discussion with Alex and the team yet.
I think that was removed in the last sprint, wasn't it? The documentation is no longer shown for partners.
Oh, maybe I just missed that.
Yeah, I think it was removed.
Yeah. But as for separate documentation to send your clients to, that currently doesn't exist, but that's pretty challenging. But yeah, that's the current state of it. But yeah, there won't be the link in the admin.
The documentation is still linking. It's still in the gear, at least for the site I'm looking at. So it still says documentation and logout. So it'd be nice to have
but it's just for you, Aaron. It's just on your login, not your clients, right?
Oh yeah.
It may be
That's the way it's supposed to work, I guess.
Yes, I think, is that right? Is that right, Claude?
The documentation link is showing only for partner access. So if you create an admin access separately, it have no link by the gear.
You guys, I need to ask the dumb questions because nobody else will. So.
Well, that was the smartest way to implement that.
Okay, last question here.
There was something about template.
Yeah, are the templates the same as those already able to be chosen within a new site build?
Yeah, so that was when you go to your partner portal and you click you know what? I forgot one thing. Oh my gosh. So whenever you go to the partner portal, I hope everybody's still on. Yes, everybody's on. We have a very important announcement. So whenever you go to partner portal, you have an option to create a blank site or create it from a template. So starting March 20th, you'll be able to choose cleaning template in there as well. But the assets, if you need assets, you will get them in the bundle like right away. So let me share my screen. I'm sorry. It's been just too many things going on, and I'll quickly. Okay, I can't share that. I can't share this. I need to close this. Can you see my screen? You can see my screen. So back to the marketing and that. So we have our Treepl has a lot of live websites. So over 100 live websites that Treepl has right now are migrated from Business Catalyst, and it's a great achievement. And we also have a lot of people that use the system. So we need you guys to help us promote the system. And we were going to have the testimonials page and the showcase page. And if you log in, and that's only for Treepl partners. But if you log into Treepl website right now, you'll see that you have the Leave a Testimonial tab and Showcase Live Site. So if you guys could provide those and that we could populate to our website, that'll be awesome. That would help us to promote the platform. So it will basically create a customizable item that we will then make public inside system. So we're going to get the notification, review that, and put it on the website. So yeah, so we should have pretty impressive portfolio if you guys do so. Thanks.
Thanks, Alex. Does anybody else have anything else to add? Going once? Going twice? Okay, perfect. So we had I think this is a record today. We had 32, or actually 34 at one time. So thanks to everybody that joined us today. As mentioned, we will...
Sure thing.
Oh, I had Siri that just talked to me here. As mentioned, the next meeting will be April 25th. We'll leave it on the Treehouse website. And we'll post this video, hopefully in the next day or so, to the forum and also on the Treehouse website as well. So don't forget, sign up if you want to volunteer for to help out with Treehouse. So thanks again to everybody. Thanks again, Adam, Catherine, Peter, Alex, and everybody else. We will talk to you in a month and a bit. Thanks, guys.
Bye.